Maserati MC20 GT2 Stradale review. Trackbred speed, road legal thrill. The Maserati MC20 GT2 Stradale takes inspiration from the GT2 European Series, a championship that sounds incredibly fast, but isn't quite as extreme as the name suggests. This series, primarily for amateur racers, features cars positioned between GT3 and GT4 in terms of performance, making it a good fit for mildly upgraded road cars. Among those homologated are the Porsche 911, KTM X-Bow, and Mercedes-AMG GT. Maserati gave the MC20 a racing upgrade in 2023, and it has since secured multiple victories. To celebrate its return to the track, the brand has now unveiled a limited edition road-going variant. While the GT2 European Series isn't top-tier international GT racing, there's a clear connection between the race and road versions. Limited to 914 units, the MC20 GT2 Stradale is priced at £273,510, pound 46,000 more than the standard model. It features key modifications that enhance both track performance and reliability. This car needs to breathe a lot, says designer Francesco Morosi, explaining the improved cooling system. A larger front grille and 16% bigger rear wing vents allow 5% more airflow to the main radiator and boost intercooler efficiency by 20%. Additional sculpting and vents help dissipate twice as much heat as the standard MC20. Over 10 laps of Stellantis' Bellacco test track, brake fluid temperatures stay 40 degrees Celsius lower. The twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 now delivers 631 brake horsepower, just 10 brake horsepower more than before, achieved through electronic tuning. However, the improved cooling system ensures consistent performance, making the GT2 Stradale far more suited for extended track use than the standard MC20. To enhance performance, the MC20 GT2 Stradale also gains more downforce. The most obvious addition is the 3-stage adjustable rear wing, but there's also a redesigned rear diffuser, front splitter, and revised underbody aerodynamics. At 174 miles per hour, the front wheels generate 130 kilograms of downforce, while the rear produces between 190 kilograms and 370 kilograms, depending on the wing's position, maxing out at an impressive 500 kilograms. Despite these changes, the drag coefficient remains at 0.38 CD, ensuring the top speed holds steady at 201 miles per hour. Weight reduction has also been a priority, with up to 60 kilograms shaved off the standard MC20. A significant portion of that, 20 kilograms, comes from the bespoke carbon fiber bucket seats by Sabolt, though the standard seats are available as an option. Michelin Cup 2 are tires, 245/35 are 20 front, 305/30 are 20 rear. Save another 5 kilograms, while removing carpets cuts 5 kilograms, and trimming down the center console sheds an additional 2 kilograms. Inside, Maserati has extensively used Alcantara to reduce reflections, a trick borrowed from the race car, an approach I fully support. The new carbon fiber seats offer a lower, more upright driving position, though they lack lower back support, which is noticeable on the road but less of an issue on track, where their lateral support is a real asset. The steering wheel features neatly integrated shift lights on the rim, with fixed paddle shifters positioned behind it. However, the column stalks for indicators and wipers remain in their usual place, making them a bit of a reach. Every brand approaches this differently. Porsche attaches smaller paddles to the wheel, while Ferrari keeps fixed paddles and moves the indicators and wipers to the wheel itself, which isn't necessarily better. Meanwhile, the drive mode selector has been repositioned higher and closer on the center console, making it easier to reach while staying focused on driving. Another smart tweak. Otherwise, the GT2 Stradale's cabin is much like the regular MC20's. Butterfly doors to get in, a great view out forwards, and a rearward view so restricted that there's a camera instead of a mirror. There's a small boot behind the engine bay, good for a weekend's luggage, although it can get warm. The V6 is mechanically unchanged from the standard MC20, but it makes 10 brake horsepower more, 631 brake horsepower at 7,500 RPM, owing to new mapping. One suspects it wouldn't be able to perform consistently on track in hot weather if it weren't for the huge amounts of additional cooling allowed by the new bodywork addendum. Peak torque comes in quite early from just 3,000 RPM, thanks to the turbos spooling and getting going, but in the mid-range or low revs they do so with noticeable lag. Although this is still a relatively torquey and not a heavy car, so it's not like it feels sluggish even if you do get caught in the wrong gear. At higher revs, the turbos are spinning freely and often, so throttle response is great. The car sounds pretty good too. Not as soulful as Maseratis of yore, but by modern standards not so bad. An optional titanium exhaust, track only, will follow later this year. Response from the 8-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox is good. This too is mechanically unchanged from the MC20, but if you go into the raciest Corsa drive modes, its shifts are quickened significantly, punching through with a proper shove in the back. I imagine that's no quicker than just a very rapid and smooth gear change, but the aggressive kick in the back makes it feel faster. Braking is by carbon ceramic discs, which have a reasonable feel at both low and high pedal pressures, if behind on the best nuances of, say, a Ferrari or Porsche left pedal. The springs are around 10% stiffer, but otherwise the dynamics hardware is fundamentally unchanged, just retuned. As standard, like the regular MC20, you get a mechanical limited slip differential, but an electronically controlled one, which is all we've ever tried, is optional. You can move through drive modes to firm the dampers, which also punches gear shifts through harder and slackens off the driver aids. The most lax mode turns off the stability and traction control, makes the diff really aggressive, and knocks the ABS intervention back to the minimum that Maserati can get away with within road regulations. We like the regular MC20 here. It's a relaxed and honest supercar that rides well, and tightening up the springs a little really doesn't spoil that. Body control is good too, even in the slackest damper modes. By modern standards, with a curb weight probably in the 1,500 kilograms, Maserati quotes only a dry weight, annoyingly, of 1,365 kilograms. This isn't a heavy car. Noise levels are higher than standard, and with stones pinging up from the underside yet still pliant suspension, there's something of the old Ferrari 488 Pista about it, albeit with a more boosty engine and calmer steering. Very satisfying, very easy to get along with. On track, largely the same is true. The GT2 Stradale feels less raw than the Porsche 911 GT3 or one of the more extreme last Lamborghini Huracans. It's more approachable, rides curbs with genuine absorbance, and has small amounts of roll and pitch, even in its firmest suspension setting, but allows the driver to develop a flow with it, rewarding smooth inputs rather than aggressive ones. In steady-state cornering, it will understeer slightly, as I suppose it should. You can power through it, or less scruffy and more satisfying, trail brake to get the nose more planted on corner entry, with no electrical assistance weighing it down or an aggressively hooked-up differential. I found it a real pleasure on track. The regular MC20 is a left-field choice, and I don't suppose this GT2 Stradale version has become any more mainstream, limited as it is in numbers and high as it is on price. But with all the honesty of the standard car and a bit more focus, it's no less desirable than ever.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you like videos like this. Thank you.